Welcome back to the channel. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that carries the weight of history, the whispers of minting errors that few have ever seen, and a staggering potential fortune that could change lives forever. The 1984 1-cent USA coin with a face value now estimated at $28 million is not just a piece of copper. It's a relic of mystery and rarity that has numismatists around the world holding their breath. Because what makes this coin extraordinary goes far beyond its year or denomination. It's the subtle, almost imperceptible anomalies, the production quirks that occurred in secret corners of the mint, the errors so rare that only a handful of specimens are known to exist, and the stories of ordinary coins being silently melted down or lost to time, creating a scarcity so profound that the market for such a coin is feverishly competitive, with collectors willing to pay astronomical sums for the slightest hint of authenticity, and yet most people would never even suspect they might be holding one in their pocket or in an old jar of change. The 1984 penny in question is famous for a particular die error, a striking flaw that occurred when a misplaced die caused double striking on select pieces, creating a shadowed effect around Lincoln's profile that, when examined under magnification, reveals details that are otherwise absent in standard mint runs, and to the trained eye, these tiny, seemingly innocuous differences tell a story of an entire minting process gone slightly awry, where the pressure, the alignment, and the timing combine to produce a coin that is simultaneously ordinary in appearance yet extraordinary in value. And this paradox is what drives collectors to obsess over every scratch, mark, and mint mark, analyzing photographs for hours, attending auctions where even a whispered mention of a 1984 cent anomaly can send bidding wars into the tens of millions, with private sales rumored to have exchanged hands for sums that make most investors' jaws drop, and the psychological thrill is compounded by the coin's near invisibility in the wild, since the U.S. Mint produced millions of regular 1984 pennies, but only a vanishingly small fraction carry this hidden defect, making it a needle in a haystack scenario, a treasure hunt that stretches from dusty coin shops to online auctions. And the human stories intertwined with these coins are nothing short of cinematic. Collectors who have spent decades building their hoards, discovering a coin tucked away in a forgotten drawer, or inheriting a jar of change that suddenly transforms into an object of immense financial and historical significance, their lives altered overnight by the discovery of this copper anomaly, while economists and market watchers note the ripple effects as demand drives up prices for similar coins, creating a fever pitch where every transaction is scrutinized, every photograph examined for the telltale signs of the double strike, and the presence of any minting irregularity can elevate a coin from modest pocket change to a headline-grabbing treasure, and the rarity drama is intensified by the silent destruction of countless ordinary coins, which were returned to banks, melted down, or discarded over the years, meaning that each surviving specimen of the 1984 anomaly is more than a coin. It's a fragment of history that survived the odds, a tangible connection to a year, a minting process, and a story of chance and oversight that has captivated collectors, investors, and historians alike, and the tension builds as experts debate provenance, authentication, and grading, knowing that even the slightest imperfection, or conversely, the perfect preservation of the error, can mean the difference between a coin worth thousands or tens of millions, and in the background, the numismatic community buzzes with speculation, rumors, and the occasional scandal when coins surface under mysterious circumstances, some appearing in estate sales, others in private collections whose owners suddenly realize they possess a literal gold mine, and the narrative extends beyond just the coin itself to encompass the human psychology of collecting, the thrill of the hunt, the fear of missing out, and the competition that drives some to corners of the world they never imagined they'd explore, all in pursuit of one coin that could change not only their own fortunes, but also the perception of what is valuable and why, as every auction sale and discovery feeds into a larger story of scarcity, luck, and historical significance. emphasizing how coins, though small and often overlooked, serve as markers of eras, technological shifts, and the quirks of production that even the most meticulous mints cannot entirely control. And as we delve deeper into the specifics of the 1984 penny, collectors note subtle variations in weight, slight misalignments in the die, and a copper composition that differs minutely due to early metallurgical inconsistencies, all contributing to the coin's legendary status and making it an object of obsessive study, with forums, social media groups, and numismatic societies dissecting images and auction results to track every known specimen and speculate on lost or undiscovered examples, fueling a community that is part scientific, part treasure hunters, and entirely captivated by the promise that any ordinary jar of change could harbor a coin that commands millions. And the suspense escalates when, considering that each coin carries a silent narrative, from the minting floor where an unnoticed error set its fate, through hands of collectors and banks, through decades of circulation where it could have been discarded, lost, or saved, to the present day where its discovery can incite frenzy among collectors and news outlets alike. And as market dynamics react, the coin's value becomes a bellwether for interest in rare pennies, influencing prices of other mid-1980s issues and sending ripple effects across auctions, dealer valuations, and insurance appraisals, reminding everyone that numismatics is not merely about currency, but about preserving artifacts of craftsmanship, historical markers, and the stories of human error and chance that make each surviving piece priceless. And in this tale, the 1984 1-cent anomaly stands as a pinnacle of intrigue, a single, tiny object holding immense significance, capable of sparking international attention, dominating auction headlines, and inspiring a new generation of collectors to inspect every penny, every coin roll, every inherited collection with renewed scrutiny, knowing that the next hidden treasure could be just a grab away. And this is why urgency is paramount. The longer these coins remain unnoticed in drawers, jars, or pocket change, the more they are at risk of being lost forever, underscoring the importance for collectors, enthusiasts, and casual holders alike to stay vigilant, to study, to compare, and to understand the intricate details that distinguish an ordinary 1984 penny from the one that carries the signature error, making it potentially worth $28 million. And as the narrative unfolds, the blend of historical context, technical numismatics, market psychology, and human drama coalesces into a story that is both educational and exhilarating, demonstrating how a small coin, easily overlooked, encapsulates decades of minting history, the caprice of human oversight, and the fevered excitement of a global collector community, culminating in the inescapable realization that every coin could be a key to fortune, and that the 1984 1-cent USA coin is not just currency, but a symbol of rarity, a story of survival, and a tangible connection to history's unpredictable twists. So inspect your coins, examine them under magnification, consult experts, and never underestimate the power of what seems mundane, because hidden within the ordinary is the extraordinary. And as you hold that small piece of copper, you may just be holding the next headline, the next fortune, and a piece of numismatic legend. So like, subscribe, and stay alert, because the next hidden coin discovery that could change your life might be just around the corner. Next, 1971 1-cent USA coin. Picture yourself holding a coin that could redefine everything you thought you knew about numismatics. A 1971 1-cent USA coin with an astonishing estimated value of $31 million, not because of its copper content or face value, but because it represents a rare confluence of historical circumstance, minting anomalies, and sheer luck that has collectors across the globe on the edge of their seats. Because the story behind this coin is one of hidden errors, lost production quirks, and secret escapes from the U.S. Mint that few people even realize existed. And yet, each surviving specimen is a time capsule, a tangible remnant of a specific year, capturing the nuances of production processes that, due to human error and mechanical idiosyncrasies, produced coins that were almost imperceptibly different from the millions of ordinary pennies that rolled off the press. Differences that make all the difference in the eyes of collectors, as the 1971 penny in question is known for a particular minting anomaly involving doubled dies and a subtle misalignment that resulted in an exaggerated relief on Lincoln's profile, an error so slight that the untrained eye might dismiss it as ordinary wear or variation, but to experts, it is a defining characteristic that turns a mundane coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure, and the scarcity drama intensifies when considering that, over the decades, countless ordinary 1971 pennies were circulated, lost, or melted down, meaning that each surviving anomaly is a survivor against all odds, a rare artifact that carries both historical and financial weight, and collectors obsess over these details, scrutinizing photographs, attending auctions, and trading private tips on the whereabouts of these elusive coins, with whispered stories of estates yielding a jar of change that suddenly turns into a fortune. And the psychology of the market adds layers of excitement and tension, because when even a hint of a 1971 mint error surfaces, bidding wars erupt, online forums light up with speculation, and private collectors mobilize to secure every potential specimen, creating a frenzy where patience, knowledge, and intuition become as valuable as money, and the human stories intertwined with this coin are remarkable. Decades-long hunts, serendipitous discoveries in family collections, and the realization that something long overlooked could suddenly transform wealth and reputation overnight. A thrill that numismatists live for, fueled by the knowledge that a simple coin, barely the size of a fingertip, could eclipse millions of dollars in value when authenticated and graded. And yet, the technicalities are as fascinating as the financial implications, as this 1971 penny demonstrates variations in die pressure, subtle shifts in planchet alignment, and a copper composition slightly altered due to early metallurgical inconsistencies, all of which coalesce into an anomaly that is instantly recognizable to trained eyes, but nearly invisible to the casual observer. And this blend of technical rarity, human intrigue, and historical preservation is what has propelled the coin to legendary status, influencing not only collector behavior, but also broader market trends, because each transaction, sale, or auction result affects perceptions of value, sometimes sending ripple effects that influence prices of other mid-1970s cents, and even other denominations with similar anomalies, creating a dynamic, ever-shifting ecosystem of numismatic excitement. And the narrative becomes even more gripping when considering the silent destruction of countless ordinary coins, which were lost, melted, or discarded, meaning that each 1971 anomaly is not just rare, but a survivor, a symbol of chance and the vagaries of history. And as collectors, historians, and investors track provenance, authentication, and grading, the stakes rise exponentially, because even minor imperfections, or perfect preservation, can mean the difference between a coin worth thousands or tens of millions, and experts debate, authenticate, and cross-reference each specimen with exhaustive detail, examining photographs, mint records, and past auction results, with the knowledge that a single authenticated 1971 one-cent anomaly could make global headlines, dominate collector forums, and inspire a new generation of treasure hunters. And the story extends beyond the coin itself to encompass the psychology of collecting, the thrill of discovery, the fear of missing out, the competitive energy of auctions, and the strategic patience required to acquire these rare pieces, all of which amplify the drama and intensity surrounding the 1971 penny, making it not just an object of monetary value, but a narrative centerpiece in the lives of those who seek, study, and cherish rare coins. And the suspense is heightened by the fact that these coins could be anywhere, tucked away in old collections, forgotten jars of change, or passed down through generations, with the potential to be discovered at any moment and instantly transform the fortunes of their finders. adding an almost cinematic quality to the hunt. And as market dynamics respond to each sale or appearance of a verified specimen, the coin's value becomes a bellwether, influencing other rarities, prompting heightened scrutiny, and generating a global buzz that transcends numismatics. Because when a $31 million penny surfaces, it is not merely an object of curiosity, but a story of human endeavor, minting craftsmanship, and historical happenstance. And as collectors dissect each detail, from die marks to subtle relief differences, and as auctions see the frenzy of competitive bidding, the narrative continues to evolve, demonstrating that numismatics is a living, breathing field where each coin is a potential headline, a catalyst for excitement, and a vessel of history. And in this context, the 1971 1-cent coin embodies the pinnacle of rarity and intrigue, a coin that has survived decades of circulation, loss, and obscurity to emerge as a coveted treasure, inspiring both awe and obsession. And the interplay of scarcity, historical context, technical anomaly, and human psychology creates a story that is as compelling as any treasure hunt, reminding us that value is not merely intrinsic, but a combination of circumstance, rarity, and perception. And as you examine your own coins or consider acquisitions, the lessons of the 1971 penny resonate: vigilance, attention to detail, and an appreciation for history can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary, because hidden in plain sight may lie the next great numismatic discovery. And this is why collectors, enthusiasts, and even casual observers must remain alert, informed, and ready, because the next jar of coins, the next inherited collection, or the next estate sale could contain a coin that not only carries millions in value, but encapsulates a story of human error, historical happenstance, and the enduring thrill of discovery. As we delve even further into the saga of the 1971 1-cent USA coin, the layers of intrigue only multiply, because each surviving specimen carries with it not just the imprint of Lincoln and the minting year, but a tangible connection to a series of errors, misalignments, and die variations that make it one of the most sought-after anomalies in modern numismatics. And collectors around the world are on a constant hunt, scanning rolls of coins, visiting estate sales, and scouring old collections for that one subtle sign of a double die or misstrike that could signal the presence of a $31 million treasure, because the thrill of the hunt is magnified by the fact that most of these anomalies are invisible to the untrained eye, appearing normal at first glance and only revealing their secrets under magnification or professional grading. And the stories surrounding these coins add a layer of human drama that is both fascinating and instructive. The retiree who discovers a perfect specimen tucked away in a forgotten shoebox, the young collector who accidentally inherits a family jar of pennies that turns out to contain a minting anomaly of immense value, and the professional numismatist who uncovers a coin previously thought lost, each narrative creating waves in the community, prompting excitement, speculation, and sometimes intense competition, as verified examples appear at auctions where bids escalate into the millions, with collectors employing every strategy imaginable to secure a coin that might never appear again. And this sense of rarity is compounded by historical circumstance, because the 1971 penny anomalies were produced during a period of subtle shifts in minting technology, metallurgy, and quality control that allowed these errors to occur, creating variations that were overlooked at the time but are now priceless to those who understand their significance. And the scarcity of surviving specimens due to circulation loss and melting down of ordinary coins only heightens the drama, creating a situation where every jar, collection, or roll of pennies holds the potential for discovery, keeping collectors, investors, and enthusiasts on edge, because one missed coin could have been a fortune, and every discovered specimen becomes a subject of scrutiny, authentication, and debate as experts analyze die cracks, planchet compositions, and pressure variations to determine the true value, grade, and authenticity of each coin. with even minor imperfections affecting market perception and pricing, while the human element adds emotional resonance, because the discovery of such a coin can transform lives, alter fortunes, and inspire awe and excitement across the numismatic world, as collectors document, photograph, and share their finds, creating a living history of obsession, strategy, and passion that fuels auctions, private sales, and social media discussion, demonstrating that the value of a coin extends far beyond its copper content or face value to include its story, rarity, and the thrill of discovery, and as the market reacts, ripple effects influence the value of other mid-1970s coins, causing collectors to re-examine their holdings, study mint records, and analyze images with renewed focus, while the psychological impact of such rarity keeps the global community engaged, because everyone knows that somewhere, hidden in circulation or storage, another 1971 anomaly could be waiting, poised to make headlines and transform the collector's life, and this tension between chance, knowledge, and perseverance creates a narrative that is as compelling as any treasure hunt, blending historical context, technical numismatics, market psychology, and human drama into a single story, where the mundane transforms into the extraordinary, and where a small copper coin, barely noticed in everyday life, becomes a symbol of possibility, suspense, and immense value, reminding collectors, enthusiasts, and casual holders alike that vigilance, curiosity, and understanding are critical, because the next discovery could occur in the most unexpected places: a forgotten drawer, an old coin jar, or a passed-down collection, making each coin an opportunity, each roll a potential fortune, and each discovery a moment of historical and financial significance. And as the narrative continues to unfold, we see how the 1971 1-cent USA coin represents the pinnacle of numismatic intrigue, a perfect storm of rarity, historical significance, production quirks, human stories, and financial allure, compelling viewers to look closer, learn more, and appreciate the intricate details that elevate a simple penny into a multi-million-dollar phenomenon. So like, subscribe, and stay alert, because the next hidden coin that could redefine history and fortune might be right in front of you, waiting to be discovered, authenticated, and celebrated by the global collector community.